Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to EGL Liverpool, where $20,000 is on the line here. I am joined for the very first time on the mic. It is a pleasure, my friends, with Darko and Fru. How are you guys doing today?
Very good indeed. Feeling excited. I feel like this is going to be a very good matchup, and I'm feeling good.
Get loose,
feeling loose.
I like it. A little loosey-goosey on the main stage here. We, of course, have had some amazing matches so far. Starting with the one we just saw, Aerox going up against Regal Reserve. You had a chance to watch it in the crowd. Your thoughts, Darko, on that one?
It was very tight, evenly matched teams. Both made good plays. Both made some magic happen. But in the end, I felt Aerox, they just won in those key scenarios. They just kind of clinched it by the skin of their teeth, and they came out victors. But very good match.
You're right. I mean, it really was the small things, the narrow margin they won. So the small things that made a difference in that one. Of course, on top of that, we had Fox versus Xcon. I mean, what an amazing match that was.
Yeah, definitely so. I mean, likewise with the previous match, it was such a close affair. A couple of round 13s in there, and even the last match, was super close. Yeah, really good to see.
And safe to say, we've had a treat of matches so far. It's been great gameplay. Hope you guys are enjoying it at home. And speaking of which, we have another great one coming up. The Xcon squad that lost to Fox Esports will be going up against Lucent Esports, number 2 seed, coming into this tournament. And let's break it down with the Xcon roster first. I mean, do you think they are? I think a lot of people had hype coming into this one that they were a top 6 team in Europe. From what you've seen so far, do you think they are a top 6 team in Europe?
Yeah, I mean, when you look at their roster before this event, you look at the team sheet: Warrior Gun, Chidwick, Crump, Mush, Mush and Brad. I think they came into this as expected to be top 6, 100%. They're all fantastically individual players. But the comment I have about them, and obviously I said this to you in the last game, is the fact that they haven't had enough time to work on their team, their team ability. I don't think that they're going to go that kind of extra step further, because they just haven't had enough time as a team. That's my opinion of it so far.
Yeah, well said. And it showed. Lost to Fox, number 2 team in Italy. Many people say, of course, big shout out to Raptor and a lot of the Italians that had to stay home for this tournament. Maybe they'll be at the next one. But big question after that loss to Fox. I mean, do you think they can bounce back against a team like Lucent?
I mean, I think they can bounce back from that defeat against Lucent. I don't think they can bounce back against Lucent. Lucent are a super strong squad, and I can't see them topping them this time around. Yeah. Not after that defeat.
Yeah, but if they're going to do it, who's it going to be that makes the difference for this Xcon squad? Any standout players in your opinion?
It will be Chidwick, it will be Warrior Gun. I think Crump, to be fair, shout out to him because he went off.
Great performance.
I mean, in that Dam matchup especially, he went off in so many scenarios, taking 2 pieces, 3 pieces. In fact, you could go as far as saying he actually saved them in a couple of rounds.
The Torpo as well.
Yeah, exactly, the Torpo plays he was making. Mush is a great player, but for me, the 2 standouts, Chidwick and Warrior Gun. These 2 players came into the roster quite new to the roster. They came in last week. But they're performing from an individual perspective. They are standout performers for me so far for this team.
Well said. Of course, across the stage, you see them on your screen right now, is Lucent Esports. We'll, of course, have to break down that roster. An interesting change from Gears New Orleans. But before that, we have map picks and bans that are ready to go here. An interesting decision of map picks and bans. You see it on your screen right now. Big shout to EGL for the beautiful sequence. You can see a ban coming in on Impact, followed by a ban on Forge Blitz from Xcon. First pick was Reclaimed from Lucent Esports, followed by Lift from Xcon. So for the first time, we're going to see Reclaimed, I think, on display here today. Of course, 2 bans following that were Foundation and Harbor, leaving us with a final map of Dam. So Reclaimed, Lift, and Dam, if this one does go the distance, will be our maps. And of course, that Lucent squad, we talked a little bit about Xcon. Break down this Lucent roster for me. They had a strong showing under Supremacy at Gears New Orleans, made quite a significant roster change in this one. Fru, I'm going to ask you, why did they make the roster change? Do you think it was the right one?
It's difficult to tell exactly why, but for me, they were 2 top 8 teams over in NOLA globally. But I think both of those teams, they don't like top 8, right? They want to be the best. You've got Jack and their Cougars. They're both players that want to be the best at all times. It doesn't matter who they're against. And I think it was just a case of, all right, we've got 2 pretty strong squads. Let's see what we can get out of these.
Interesting. So, 3 best from Supremacy mixed with the 2 best from Lucent merged together to make the 5 best of this current Lucent Esports squad. That's an interesting take right there. And I got to ask you, Darko, what do Cougars and Fractures bring to this team from that Lucent Esports squad?
A lot. When they were in the old Lucent roster, they were 2 very standout players in that team. I feel like, with their additions to, Zorkos, Physics, and Reaction, it's like putting the herb needed to make a fantastic meal at home. Okay, that's the best way I can really
king of
describe
metaphors
it.
over
Yeah,
there.
it was. You know, they're two brilliant players. They're great slayers. They've got the the mental ability to make key plays when they need to. I think they bring a hell of a lot to this Lucent team.
Yep, I love it. Following that metaphor, we'll see if they can blossom into the beautiful plant that they have the potential to be with that key ingredient that they now have. Darko, you've been on point with your metaphors all day. I heard something about a white knight riding a horse through a desert at some point. I'm not sure if that was you or Fru.
I think he was riding a lion.
He was riding a lion.
It was okay. Listen, it was a
I'll just
lion.
go with it.
It was a lion through the desert. I got that one wrong. I was meant to say a lion through a jungle, but actually, I looked it up, and technically, lions do
live in the
habitat
desert. So you were right.
deserts.
Follow your gut, follow your instinct, Darko. Either way, keep the metaphors coming. I'm loving it.
I'll
Darko
try.
bringing the metaphors all event long. You already know that one for sure. I'm going to leave to you guys really quickly predictions in this one. Who do you think is going to take it?
For me, I think it's Lucent all day long. I think this is going to be a very quick matchup. In my opinion, Lucent going to win it straight up.
Fru?
Yeah, Lucent 2-0 for me.
Lucent 2-0. Well, that is it for me. Darko and Fru, take it away.
Thank you very much, John. Let's get straight into this one. We know Reclaimed is a very fast map. Alex, what's your take on it?
I think it's just going to be all about the slaying power at the start. Who gets that initial smoke off? Who can really just get that first kill down? We do see Warrior owning up, but he's going to get taken out as well. So it's a 1-for-1 as we start off this first round. It's pretty even, to be quite honest with you. I mean, Mush here managed to pick up 1 kill, and Cougar's also forced, but Fractures is now in a 1v1 for this bowl, and he's going to take it, so pretty good going.
Yeah, pretty good going indeed. Lucent, again, our predictions were that Lucent's going to come out this one and really bring the heat and take this map and take the second map, in my opinion. Obviously, didn't think we go into that too far, but yeah, Lucent on the advantage here. They've got this bowl set up, and now it's going to be up to Xcon. We talked about it. They haven't been a team for long. It's going to be interesting to see how they come out and break this setup through.
Yeah, it is. We can see that they're going to try and make the push on this bowl. The Smoker's going to go in as well. Chid, he's going to be the one leading the charge here, actually, as he does meet the wall that is physics as they push up. And this is just a big old scrap, but we do see the Lucent double. Cougars and Fractures both coming in with some real crucial kills there, and the Swarm domination does tick. This is what we expected to see. We expected Lucent to come in pretty strong and pretty fast, and 1 minute 27 on the first round of domination showing as well on those low respawn rounds. Pretty good going from Lucent. Fractures leading the way though with 4 kills there, followed by Reaction. Really, really good first round from them.
Exactly that, and I said it, Fractures, he brings a lot of slaying power to this team. Straight away, 4 kills, one down. He's been a pinnacle in that first round for Lucent. He's really come out and shown that he can bring the heat, so great showing. 1-0 up. We are talking early days though. It is only 1-0, and it'd be interesting to see if anything's put down. Nothing has been put down. They've X'd off the B hill. So I think it's going to be pretty much the same kind of thing as it was the last round.
Could be.
Fru, just out of interest, this bowl fight for you, what do you think gives teams an advantage? Is it just the smokes, or is there anything else?
It's pathing for a start. If you can get getting the pathing correct, that's a huge bonus for any team, because that half a second that you get that quicker just gives you that extra bit of thinking time to set up properly. You also want to see the good smokes, right? So if the smokes are on point, you're pretty much guaranteed a free kill on that first 1v1.
Fantastic. Well, that's exactly what Lucent are doing right now, and they do take the position again. They've got this B hill set up and this C hill set up. Reaction does go down though. Brad and his mates are going to rotate through the barn. They have got a 1v with Zorkos. Zorkos is going to back out just in time, and he has got Cougars to back him up. Brad they need to be quick here. Oh, they do get taken down. That's really good play there from Lucent. And again, they're looking very strong in these setups. Xcon don't know if they have a reply, an answer. And as I say that, Chidvik takes his mate out and Fractures. Zorkos takes out Crump, and now we see Cougars in a very big 1v1. He's just trying to play his distance. Goes over there. Bit of a misplay there with the going over the haystack. And now Mush is just going to push on to the B hill. See if he can make a difference. He's very, very weak. And again, as I said it before, guys, on this update at 2.8, you do not kill when you're bouncing. So therefore, people have to be a little bit more clinical, a little bit more methodical with their movement.
Yeah, that's a good thing to mention. It has changed how this game is played drastically, right? You're seeing a lot more players just kind of hanging off the walls, healing back up. Physics just getting active. We're going to look at the triple actually, and it changes these fights quite significantly. This is the first event I think that's been played on 2.8, right? So it's good to see how these players are adapting, and we're still seeing the top players from Europe kind of fitting into the same roles as they were before, which is, you know, it shows that the update has made a difference, but not entirely shaken up the game.
Yeah, you have to look though, right, Alex? You know, these players are professional players. I'm sure when this update came out, they spent loads of time trying to perfect it before even considering, you know, scrimming even. You know, we're looking at two teams here who are pushing on to go to the major events. Well, as I say that was a good defense there by Xcon. Sorry I didn't mention it, but good defense by Xcon. Now they're going to have the opportunity to move on forward, move on up. And we see that in Mush. I don't think he knows that Fractures is there. Fractures doing very well to hold his shots. It's a great shot there by Mush though. Takes down Fractures, and now this could be dodgy games here for Lucent. Mush is just on the attack. They have lost the B hill. And now we're just going to see a 3-man result, trying to get the decap as quick as they can. Tuesday takes down Mush, and Oregon does take down Cougars. Brad takes down Reaction. Zorkos comes out the victor, and I think that's that.
They're going to get flanked.
About that though.
They didn't see the down, and there comes the flank. Crump's behind them. He's got 1 kill, but he's pretty much on his own.
Played there, Crump, and look, he again takes out Zorkos. That's a great shot there, but unfortunately, I think that is going to be that. Lucent Esports, I think, in prime condition, prime position to take the second round.
Yeah, I think so. Not much time left on the clock as 2:07 ticks in, and it is going to be Lucent 2-0. But that was a valiant defense from Xcon, and also the offense there. There were mistakes made by Lucent that could have been capitalized on. And it was good to see Xcon really just give it at the end of that round there. It was a close. It was almost a return triple cap.
Well, it was good
more
play.
Of that in the future.
It was good play. Like Lucent, you know, essentially at the end of the day, they tried to get the trip cap. They maybe didn't wait. They weren't patient enough. Is that showing signs of cracks of maybe their teamwork, the way they go about things? Maybe. I mean, I know it's very small. I'm only trying to nitpick at the smallest things. But Xcon, you know, they did a great job to defend that in that scenario, and you know they almost got the trip cap. You know, if it had gone their way and a couple more pellets ago, then they might have done. So good play from Xcon to regroup and you know, come out and try and get the trip cap. But Lucent defenses are just too strong.
Yep, it was indeed, and the point lead too high as well. They did well just to gather such a huge point lead at the start of that round. We do see the fight go down. We are going to see Bolt up supporting this time, so that's a little bit of a change up. Going to make all the difference, but we do see now Xcon, first team into this bowl area. They're not going to be able to get any points because we do have Zorkos hiding out by the rails, and Reaction has won the 1v1 as well, so I think that's going to be 2 hills going in the favour of Lucent. He's the home hill player for Lucent on this map.
Great play by Zorkos to really hold his shots and make sure he's putting as much damage as he can on these guys. And Lucent again showing that they are a very dominant team in the EU right now. Even with all the roster swaps, even with all the changes, they are looking very dominant in this display.
Yeah, and that was pretty much all Reaction. He's playing at home and he's just pushing hard straight through that barn. He's against Brad down there, and well, that round, the kill came in pretty quick, and there was just no time for Xcon really to secure the bowl and then think about anything else. They got trapped up near the barbecue, and well, if your home hill player is dying bottom, you got to make a move quick, right? And Reaction shut that down. Then he got another kill. Triple cap, all yours.
Well, when you lose your home hill player like that in that 1v1 situation, you're pretty much a car without a break, aren't you?
Pretty much it.
You need all working equipment to run a car. There's an analogy for you, but we're gonna jump into round.
Have you seen what's happened?
Yeah, there is a boom in barn. We missed that, but yeah, this is going to be a massive fight here. We're now on the tables of Reaction. Oregon does take down Fractures, so good play for him to get the first blood. Can they capitalise? Can they take the advantage here? And we're just going to see Brad take down Cougars. This is 2 down for Lucent, so this should be, if all goes well, an Xcon boom. And as I say that, Crump, maybe a misplay to take his team out, but it doesn't matter either way. They have got the boom. Physics, I think, is down as well. He is. So now Xcon can move forward with a very powerful weapon and good position.
Yeah, that was a brazen call by Lucent. They sent Jack up top just to secure this B hill, potentially wrapping round. I mean, if his team win that 4v5, that's a guaranteed trip cap for them there. I think he was just hoping that his team could just hold off that 4v5 just long enough for him to get the cap up here, but did not happen. And boom shot in the hands of Xcon. They are going to be down on hills though, which is quite interesting to say they got a boom shot in hand.
It's true, and we see this a lot, don't we? You know, these great rotations coming in by these teams, it does put teams in an awkward position, especially when reaction, like he's just done there, gets another kill. Crump does take down Zorkos with that boom, and he does get Cougars as well. Very good double kill there from Crump. Now he's got a very big 1v. He needs to try and take this, but Fractures recognises that he is weak, so he's going to back out. But Crump has got nowhere. He's got hit in the back. He has been killed. A great turn there from Crump, and he's only got one more player.
Oh no, he got blocked by his own team, but it's alright. Chidwick saves him.
Well played by Chidwick and Crump. They're going huge, and they should now have all the position in the world to at least get a double cap, maybe think about getting 3. And I think on my screen though, I just saw a flank. Yeah, I think I did, yeah. Chidwick is in the home hill, so they are going for this. They are shooting for the stars here, and I think they might have got it. Fable the action does take down Mush. Chidwick, he is indeed, he's going huge, and I did say he was going to be a stand-up player. Brad again does take down Physics. They just need to take down one. Crump has done another team kill, but it doesn't matter either way. Xcon Esports put one on the board.
Yeah, good to see that they... I thought, you know, just as they were going to that triple cap there, I thought they were just going to back off and try and play for that second boom shot, but it's good to see them just commit to that. They, you know, they slayed out, and well, Chid getting a couple of kills, Brad and Crump also just securing that at the end. Really well played by Xcon. Really smart. I mean, and also just they were confident, right? That's what I like to see about it. They were confident going against that team off spawn. So fair play to them. One round on the board for them.
One thing I was going to say, just in relation to that, through, is that they're going to have to be, right.
Yeah.
You know, they're a team that don't have all the teamwork in the world. They haven't been a team for long, so they probably haven't practiced as much as this Lucent team. So they're going to have to be aggressive in those situations. And Chid, being the slayer that he is, he has done just that. And you know, they see themselves with a point on the board. But let's go straight back into the action. What are they going to do here with this green player? I believe they've done the same thing. They have. They put reaction up top. It is a 4. They have. Oh, Chidwick has just taken down Zorkos from nowhere there. He's going, and he's not letting up. He's really hungry for a couple more kills, but Warrior Gun questionable decision there to throw the boom away like that, and Crump is also going to go down as well. And again, another boom. Warrior Guns, please. Just be patient, my man. You don't need to throw it away like that. And I think now Lucent are going to come back in and take a little bit of position, Alex.
Yeah, they've got a down on reaction, which is going to save them a little bit of time. I think they might even be able to get this B hill cap if they're quick about it. But yeah, you're right. The boom shot, if you're getting out, just take it out and just use it properly. It's one of those weapons you can't afford to make a mistake with. Well, we've got 2 block booms there.
It's almost frustrating to see, isn't it, Alex? Look at it from an outsider perspective. It's almost frustrating to see when someone has a boom. You know, they do waste 2 booms like that, especially when they're up against a team like Lucent. You have to ask the question. You have to take your chances with those types of weapons. Crump. And then he's got the rampage. He's in a very difficult position. He does get the down though, but he does go down, and I think Fractures should just leave the kill. I believe the Lucas is going to get up first, and that's it. But no, it's frustrating to see when you've got position like that, you've got a boom in your hands. Don't waste it. There's no point. You know, you've only put yourself at a disadvantage. Now Lucent are on the assault, and they are looking for the trip cap. Chidwick again taking down Warrior Gun. It just seems a little bit messy at the moment from Xcon. That's the 3rd team kill I've seen. Make that the 4th team kill I've seen, and they are just hanging on by the woolly socks they're wearing, the thread by the woolly socks they're wearing today. But I don't think it's going to be enough. Reaction takes down Mush.
He's looking for his triple kill now. He actually picks it up. That's a big triple kill there from Reaction to secure this round. And well, that's the reaction we like to see. That's Reaction of a few years ago, right? I mean, that's what we want to see. Triple kill on the board, and another round now for Lucent. Looking real strong, actually, this team.
They are indeed, but you have to say it. I don't think it was at the fault of their own doing that they won that round or had the position that round. I'd hate to go back into it, but Warrior Gun, he needs to be a little bit more patient with a boom shot in his hands.
I think also his teammates put him in that situation there. Chid got the first kill, flew through into 3 members, which fair enough opened up the boom shot pick. But then we saw, I think it was it Crump or Brad, one of the guys with XCN in their name, just sat at the bottom of that barn just waiting, and Warrior had already extracted that boom, and he kind of forced Warrior's hand there by going down and saying, okay, like, you're gonna have to trade me out, which is, it's a rush play, and it's difficult for anyone to make those rush plays, really.
Sure. No, I agree with that. I feel like your teammates have to support you when you've got something like a boom in your hands, but we are going to go for this fight once again. Clump does get first blood, and we see the red of Lucent taking down. You don't want to be in that situation. Like a burger bun caught between 2 pieces of bread. That is not good. And now we're going to see Lucent. Again, they're on the assault. They're looking for the trip cap. They've got a boom in hand. It is looking very bleak for this Xcon team. Brad going down again as well. And
this should be it.
This should be 5-1.
They haven't got that home hill though, so that's the only thing that's really.
Well, so you need it. You've got a boom in hand. I don't think you need it at this point, to be honest with you. That's a questionable boom. Chip does take down Wolves, of course. Good defense there by Xcon. They have failed in that. They do see that as an opportunity just to back out.
They've got a boom shot from it as well. Chidda's managed to pick up the boom.
Okay, maybe a misplay there from Lucent. I didn't see that. That's, you know, not a great scenario. But Alex, you're Xcon. You've got a boom in your hands. You've got loads of time in points. What do you do now?
I mean, you're a long way behind in points at this point. 50 points. You're going to need that double cap at least. And if you go up there to fight this double cap now, you've got about a minute to do that before this next boom shot. So for me, I'm trying to think, just put my eggs in one basket, take the boom shot down to the bottom barn, secure that second boom and just go for the trip cap later on, because, I don't know, it's dangerous to spread the map this thick, right? I mean, you have one boom shot. It's not like you can really afford to waste it. And I think that's what we're seeing. We're seeing shit at the bottom now. Holding on. In fact, he's swapped it out, hasn't he? So he's pushing the boom shot.
Now, I would like to see him use it. You know, I'd like to see him use it, try and pick up a kill. Again, look how good Lucent are doing just to make sure, look, you know, 2 kills go down. Fraction does get a double kill, but as I say that, Xcon do pick up 3 Lucent members. This is now a 2v1. They need to try and get this guy out of the picture as quick as possible. He cannot be given a kill. Well played there by Chipwick. He does take down reaction. And from nowhere, we do see a shot, and I think from the top of the barn. Excuse my there. Cougars there taking down a fantastic double play. And, yeah, you know, Lucent have done well in keeping that B hill. But now we see this. The boom is back up. Xcon do have the boom. They are down on points, but only 80. They need to do something here.
And this is what I was talking about, right? If you'd have just secured that boom just off the bat, you'd have 3 boom shots now to make this assault with. Now you've got 2. You're against Mark, so it's just a difficult situation. You put against the clock, essentially. That said, Crump does pick up 1.
Well, let's do it now.
They need to go now.
It's building up now. They need to do something. They need to try and make a play. I don't think they've got enough time. 207's the magic number, and that's it. Lucent Esports win yet another round, even though Xcon had the boom in their hands.
That's 3 boom shots. You got to do better than that. I mean, the fight was there. It was Cougars that pretty much secured them. They banked all their chances on that 2v1 going in Xcon's favour. You know, they said, oh, well, we'll take out Cougars 2v1, spread the 3rd member over to that home hill, and well, it would have worked out had they got that kill on Cougars, but he came up clutch there, big headshot, big kill, and well, as we saw, Lucent now 5-1 up, a 4-round advantage, and we're going into the second half, which obviously sees the E-hill come on into play. That's going to be down at the workshop area. Construction of Forge, now our neutral hills. Our team hills.
Our team hills. There's not 2 neutral hills on a map. That's the beauty of escalation, Alex. But no, I get what you're saying. It's now changed up, but it looks like at the moment, Lucent,
this is what I want to see.
Business as usual. It does. This is exactly what I want to see. This is a very, very aggressive push from reaction. He's been doing this. Brad needs to do something to ensure he doesn't get taken out here. This will be very bad for him if he does. He might have his mates to back him off spawn, but he goes.
That's it, isn't it?
Shot on that can't happen. You cannot allow reaction to have that much time and have that much space. If he does, he's going to do it, but he is in a bad position here. He has his captain F kill though. Xcon, they do have the kills, but they don't have the hills.
They don't, and it was well played by reaction there. Throw the smoke out, get the home hill. He got Lucent pretty much a 20-point advantage just from that one play. Just forced Brad out to the staircase as well. There it goes, but this is a big fight. Physics picking up 2 already. Physics getting his triple kill and gets the revive. Big plays now by Physics. They go on the assault. Chid is going to try and hold this off. He is pretty much a turret there on the old home hill. And it's going to be up to his team to defend this. Jump on board and see what's going on. Mush looks like the first line. The reaction is going to shut him down. Zorkos with another kill. Crump does get a touch. He manages to get through the window. Gets a second touch actually as Warrior cleans up. Warrior's managed to flank all the way behind them. Really well played, but reaction showing his pedigree, showing his experience, picks up another kill. He's not going to falter on this home hill, and you bet he better be bossing his team about as they're just going to hold this off. You see, big fight going down. Mush just get one, and it looks like Xcon no, I say that. Cougars in reaction picking up 2 again, and this is all back and forth on this home hill, but it does look to be Lucent's hill. It's going to take a miracle, really, from Xcon to get this back now.
They're like trying to go through a turret of Locust characters, and they just can't break the wall. Lucent are looking very strong here, very strong indeed. 6-1 in the favour of Lucent.
Yeah, pretty much no emotion there on Zorko's face. That's just business as usual for him.
And I feel like, Alex, I said it, said it earlier in that round. It does feel like, to me, it is business as usual for these Lucent teams, these Lucent guys. What I was going to say as well is that in that first initial, Xcon had all the advantage. They'd taken 3 kills or 2 kills, and they couldn't do anything with it. You know, you've had Fable reaction. He made a very good heads-up play. He took the Xcon home hill, allowing his team to have time to respawn. So this Lucent side, they seem very well organised, very well practiced. So it's great to see. And a boom does go down. We're going to go back into the scrap. And let's see what happens. What can Xcon do here? Do they have any life? Can they bring this back? Can they get a couple of rounds to keep them in this map? But we're going to see just now Zorkus with a very quick hit there on the boom. He's going to have it all in his hands. Physics does take down Warrior Gun, and Chidwick doesn't know what day it is. He gets taken down by a wild boom there, not knowing exactly what's happening. That's great play by Cougars there. Great. Okay, and now we see Brad. He's left alone. He's nowhere, and that's going to be a Lucent map. 7-1, ladies and gentlemen. Lucent. Alex, thoughts?
I mean, business as usual. Business as usual. that was phenomenal, really, from Lucent, and we're seeing pretty much the uprising of a new European powerhouse in Lucent Esports here.
Losing blood.
This is a really strong team, quite obviously. 7-1 the score. It pretty much shades of how the Fox game went as well. So, yeah, I mean, you can't really complain at this point, can you?
You definitely can't. I mean, Lucent, they should be taking these games, especially as good practice, because, at some point in this tournament, you'd like to assume, especially off the basis of what they've done so far in this tournament, is that they're going to be up against Space Station Gaming.
You think so?
Now that is a completely different ball game.
Let's talk about that after.
We will talk about that after.
All
I'm
right.
just saying, this is what I'm trying to say. My point is that they should be taking this. They should be taking these types of matches, especially in these group stages, as practice here.
Yep.
This is the first LAN they've been together as a team. They need to be using this as for the rest of this tournament when they do come up against maybe someone like Space Station Gaming, and also the major in September.
That's it. I mean, it is a question we need to ask after this. If Lift goes the same way as Reclaimed, then we can start to kind of discuss how good really are Lucent, Because
I didn't think of that. It's only the first map.
It was the first map, but their first game, they were, 14-0?
Yeah.
I think 14-2 in the second game. We're seeing, 7-1 there, so on course for another 14-2, let's say. I mean, it's a pretty damn good scoreline.
It is.
Especially across a good bunch of teams as well. I mean, Xcon aren't slouches. Fox looked amazing this morning, and, Lucent now they're showing their pedigree, right?
Well, absolutely, and we saw a lot of chat from Jack Reaction on Twitter saying about how good he thought this team is, and when they first came together, there was a lot of chat that this is the best team he's played with, this is the most competitive team he's played with, and he really does believe in these guys, and he really believes these guys are going to go further, going to go further in in the major tournaments and obviously in these tournaments as well. So it's good to see that they are showing that. That's essentially coming to life for us and you guys at home. So it's great to see. But as I said, I feel like this is practice for them. You'd expect them to be beating someone like Xcon, in my opinion.
You would.
I expected a very similar scoreline to what we're seeing so far. So, but it's good. It's good to see.
It is, and you've got to remember, Lucent, this is the second seed team in the tournament, right? They're there for a reason, and that's because they are a very good team. And like you just mentioned, speaking to Jack, I asked him, are you going to be ready for San Diego? That was my question. He said, honestly, I'm not really bothered about San Diego. We've got Liverpool first. That's what he said.
That's good
mentality. I'm looking at Liverpool. That's where we're going to prove ourselves. That's where we're going to show what this Lucent squad is about. And we're going to be our best form. And then we'll evolve. We'll see what comes San Diego, right? But this is what they were focusing on first up. And quite honestly, they're way more prepared than I expect them to be. They do look very, very good.
They do indeed, 100%. And so let me ask you, going into Lift, this is the next map, and this is, I believe, this is Xcon's choice. So they obviously think that they are, good at this map, and they feel like they're better than maybe some of the other maps, and feel like they can take Lucent to a good game on this map. What do you want to be seeing? On lifts, what do you want to be seeing Xcon doing? Was there anything that, if you were a coach, if you were standing behind them now, what would you be saying to them? What do they need to tighten up on from that last map?
Everything.
Okay, fair play. You'd be a good coach. Nice. Everything.
It's difficult to pick out one point because, quite honestly, they were outslaying them. They were in position at a better point. The reaction to the plays that Xcon were making, Lucent's decision making was better.
Yeah.
Like Lucent's decision making going up front was also better. Like it's just a whole host of different questions essentially, and you have to answer all of those right now on Lift, which is a small map. There's a lot of flanking routes, and that teamwork and that slaying power will definitely show in a map like this, like it did on Reclaimed. You've got the ball fight, it's a scrappy fight. You throw the boom down at the bottom, and it's a scrappy fight down there as well, right? It's a very difficult fight, and against a team with Cougars coming in and getting double kills left, right, and centre, and the rest of the squad also backing him up. It's a very difficult fight. We can't lie about it, right? They're a very talented roster.
They are indeed, and we see Lucent and Xcon are on your screens now. Lucent on the right and Xcon on the left, as the graphics would show. And we see from left to right there, you see, I believe it's Fractures, then it's Cougars. And you've got Jack Reaction in the middle. We all know, everyone in the EU community knows how big of an influence he's been on us. And I always love to see when Jack's doing well. It's always a great feeling. It's always good to see that when he does do well, when he does kind of come out and really show his passion. It's great to see. I love to see it. And Physics and Zorkos. So yeah.
Yeah, and going from the old school really to the new school. A bit of an update from one of the side stations. Puzzle Gaming winning their first series at LAN. It's been 3 events for them.
You love to see it.
They came in their first LAN 0 rounds. Came in their second LAN. I think they got 4 rounds, and that's what Bossman said. He said, "I'm coming back. I'm going to win a series." That's all he wanted. And they've come in today. They were against Kill Squad 0, Squad Kill 0, and they did. They managed to win 2-0. So it's kind of good on the top end. We're seeing a lot of teams, pretty much flourish, like Lucent coming up and just challenging the top teams, but we're also seeing new teams, new talent coming in at the bottom end as well, and also performing.
But that's it, someone like Bossman, I think we've shouted him out already, been on stream, but talking away from him a minute, but you look at these up and coming Gears of War players, they have the passion, they want to improve, they come to these LAN events to improve, and like you say, went to his first LAN, 0 map, 0 didn't do the map. Come to his second LAN, didn't win a map, comes to his third LAN, finally wins a map, and he's now going to use that, take that confidence and try and improve. It's an improving game, and you love to see it, as you say, you love to see the lower end of the talent that we have here in the EU community.
New end, right?
Yeah, the new end of the talent that the new end of the talent that we have. You like to see them come up.
Less about that though.
Less about that and more about the next map we have for you, Lift. We're going to jump on board with Fractures again. A Slayer, new upcoming Slayer, Spanish Slayer. I love to see what he's bringing to the table right now. He's really looking hot and heavy, and he's going to be going up to. He's going to be trying to take on that Mush there. He does just that. That's a great shot, and 2 do go down for Xcon. 3 make that, and Lucent looking for ambition to take the setup straight away, Alex.
Yeah, and this is what we were saying, the slaying power. Doesn't matter where on the map you are, it's always going to be a consistent factor in this. And, well, this is going to be a very, very quick round if this triple cap comes through. Looks like it might actually, as the kills do come in from Lucent. This is pretty much domination at this point. 44 seconds, that's a good way to open map 2, right?
Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. That was very, very quick there from Lucent. Too quick, in my opinion. I feel like, Xcon, they lost the initial quite heavily there, and Lucent just took advantage of that straight away. And Xcon again. When that happens, what can you do, Alex? You're a player there. You're in their boots. What do you need to do? What do you need to kind of say to yourself to try and sort your life out and take it to these Lucent teams?
Rein it in. It's only first round. It's first round.
You know me, I'm hot and heavy.
We're going too heavy-handed on this first one.
I'm all or nothing kind of guy, Alex.
let's see what's going on, shall we? Because Crump is going to come in and take out reaction for the first time round. Chid also picking up a kill as well, so this is better. This is better from Xcon. They haven't got slayed out straight away. They are picking up kills, but this is what they've got to be careful of.
Have got to be careful.
Fractures has absolutely no problem pushing a 1v2, and we've seen it before. You've got to be careful, especially against these Spanish players. They love those high pressure environments. There's 1v2 scenarios, especially with the shotguns, are blazing. So.
Well, they are such good shotgunners, and they're so talented. If you ever have the chance to come to one of these LAN events and stand behind them, stand behind their monitors, you just see how talented they really are. And again, Xcon are finding it very hard to try and get the trip cap like they've so eagerly wanted. And again, Fable actually takes down one, takes down two, and he's going to get the third. Oh, Physics steals it from him. Thanks, mate. But now Lucent in the prime position to take this forward, break this B hill, and set up once again.
Yeah, there's no one defending it either. I mean, everyone's back over at this home hill. They've essentially had to go there, and Lucent were about to break it, and they're still trying. Physics just pick up a kill on Brad, so that's going to make things ever so more difficult. But Chid and Warrior do reply. This is the duo that you called out at the start. We want to see magic from them. We want to see good things, and then it's slowly ramping up to that. But I don't think we've seen their full strength just yet.
It's a very aggressive display, Alex, wouldn't you agree? Both teams very aggressive at each other, almost in a weird sense, almost running at each other when they have the chance. There's no fear, there's no thought behind it. At the moment, it's very aggressive indeed. Xcon have decapped the home hill, and for a second there, Lucent, they did have all hills that decap, but Lucent here are just going to say no. We've got your number. They are going to go for the trip cap, and I feel like this is going to be Lucent's round 2-0.
Yeah, they stole out the B, and then they managed to get the flank through, taking the home hill from a
We see Jack there on stage calling Chid out, and you love to see it. But yeah, again, I'd like to see now. I don't know whether you agree with me, Alex. I'd like to see Xcon put a big weapon down now. I feel like they need to. They need something, because the slaying isn't working. The rotations, they're not working. Lucent, they're figuring them out before they've even done the rotation, before they've even thought of it. So I would like to see something big go down now.
I mean, the problem is if you put something big down in the middle and Lucent are slaying you out in the middle. But it's all your eggs in one basket, isn't it?
We had a very similar scenario there with Fox and Xcon.
We saw it earlier. You've got to be careful doing that, because you could just be fueling the fire.
You could be. Well, I'd like to think that this time round, especially against Lucent, they have to be a bit more thoughtful with their placements, with their strategy. But again, this B fight, we see it so often, 1 and B Street, 2 up top, and that's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be a very similar scenario through this B area. Xcon do get him first, but Lucent are just doing a good job in taking their time. Chidwick does take down reaction. Well played from him there. He's now just going to flank on Cougars. He's in a very bad position. He cannot get a kill here. Well played from Chidwick, just recognising that, keeps his distance. I think now Fractions is going to go down as well. Xcon do have a perfect opportunity here. They are allowed to go onto let's try for the trip cap. Physics is looking like he's in a very bad position. I think this is going to be Xcon's assault here. They do need to hold it.
The problem is that Warrior, he was in a 2v1 there against Physics. He's gone down. Just as his team have slayed out inside the map, he's made another 5-second delay on this triple cap just by letting Physics get the kill on him. And it's things like that. They're the little, the small details that are adding up to a lot of rounds and points for Lucent.
Yeah, 100%. I totally agree. Lucent are just doing a better job in those key scenarios in taking it down, but that's a great shot there from Chidwick, and he's let Jack know on stage that just happened. In the midst of all that, they've not realised that B Hill's actually been capped by Lucent, and now Lucent are just probably going to make that their home hill momentarily. Xcon needs to just hold these setups. They don't need to do anything too rash. Just try and be patient, wait for Lucent to make a mistake, and then take advantage of that.
That they do, and things are slowing down a little bit now. I like to see the slower games. Chid just hiding out. Pretty sure they know he's there, but this is better from Xcon. This is a lot better. They're playing a slow game. They're just letting Lucent walk into the trap. And, well, there it goes. Chid's got to watch out though, because he's going to get pushed in just a second. Here he comes.
I'd like to see him get out of that, Chid.
He's played this perfectly.
But he doesn't care.
He has played this so well, and this is what you get when you shout at Chid.
A man
turns him into a monster.
A monster comes out of him.
This is it. There's the 5 men laid out. They're going to get the B cap as well, and this should be all they wrote for this round. Xcon going to get their first round on the board, and well, they surely deserve that. That was really, really well played.
Shit. And I don't know for you guys. At home, I don't think you can.
I'm hoping
quite
there's just a load of.
I don't think you can quite hear exactly what's going on main stage right now. But Chid and Reaction, they are going at it. They are really going back and forth with their trash talk, and it's good to see. It's what you like to see. But sometimes I feel like they can take it a little bit too far. But anyways, back to the game. They're going to put down. They're going to put down an M bar on that platform area. That's obviously, we see that being a fight in those initials that they send so many numbers to, and let's see what happens. Can Xcon get this back up to a 2-2 draw and then take it from there?
I hope they can. I honestly do. The way this is kicking off on the stage, this is primetime Gears of War.
Someone send the bouncers out.
This is the battle. This is the battle. It's Chid against Reaction, both in-game and verbally, and well, it's been going both ways so far.
They're both in that 1v1 situation. It's about who's going to be more patient, but Reaction is going to rotate off. Chid's going to do just the same.
No, it's a bait. It's a bait. It's all a bait.
That's very good play there from Chid. He does recognise that there's help that's needed elsewhere. Cougars, though, does pick up the M-bar. We know how good he is with that weapon. You do not want to give him time to pick a shot off, otherwise your head will be rolling on the floor by your feet.
Yeah, you've got to be careful. I mean, the M-bar is just staring, essentially, over at this downhill. It's stopping Xcon. Xcon, they did the right thing. They identified a hill, but because they lost this power weapon, they can't really get in there. The body check's just too powerful, and it will mean a pretty easy A-cap on Lucent.
I saw it happen. I saw it in the stars there, Alex. Oh, I saw that in the stars as well, but let's stay on board with Cougars. Let's see what he can deliver. Chidwick taking down Fractures, Warrior Gun taking down Physics, and now Xcon on the assault. I don't think it matters.
This could be dangerous.
I think he just missed that by the skin of his teeth there. Now Xcon are really looking for it. He doesn't miss the shot here. He doesn't really, and he's reloading for some reason. Maybe a misplay there, and now it leaves Zorkos all on his own at B. He's going to have to do bits to ensure they do not get this decap, and he cannot.
I like what they're doing here. I like.
And now we see Xcon. They're looking like they're going to take this round, but oh wait, Physics does get the touch. Sorry, Fractures, I believe, does get the touch. But look at the fire. Look at the fire from Xcon here. This is brilliant. The team fire is absolutely perfect. They are just showing that they have something in their tank. Well played from Xcon. This is going down to 2-2, and it is getting saucy at EGL Liverpool, to say the least.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy! This is what this series needed. And well, that was just really good play by Xcon. They got the kills. They were wolf packing through that dead zone, and well, it's resulted in now 2 rounds for Xcon. The score is even.
You'd have to be here to see it, but let me tell you, it is
no, we've got
going
it on
off.
the screen. You can see it
going off. Oh my God, this is. I mean, it really is turning into a tonsil match rather than a Gears of War match at this point. But what is if it's helping Xcon go? Yeah, exactly. If it's helping Xcon get the rounds, then fair play. Keep going. They've obviously tilted or unscrewed a screwed in this Lucent team. And Xcon looking hot and heavy, taking the last 2 rounds through. What do you reckon it's going to be this one?
Oh mate, we saw the incendiaries placed down, so they're going to go in Zorkos' hands, which could throw a spanner in the works for Xcon. A fiery one at that. This 1v1 is getting more and more tense, but the problem is that Chid is holding off Reaction every single round, and then Lucent Fractures. They're just cleaning up. Cougars are just cleaning up. We see it here, and then this is what happens is that Reaction doesn't have to fight that 1v1. He's baited you into thinking, come on, Chid, you want to kill me. But it's the rest of his team around him that are cleaning up. And we can see it on the scoreboard now, 3 dead. We've got the Incendies in the hands of Zorkos. We've got the Fractures on this M-bar trying to blind fire people over here. Well, Warrior has opened up a kill on Physics.
Bit of a miskill there from
Fractures. Yeah, that's a big mistake.
No, you're totally right. I mean, Lucent look like they are playing the mind games a little bit better in play, but having said that, Xcon have done well to defend. They are, the wounds haven't been completely opened. They can try and take this, but I don't think he knows that someone's up top. Warrior Gun's going to be very aggressive on this man. Maybe a misplay there. He does roll, unfortunately for him, and Zorkos is going to pick up the kill. He's going to get the second. doesn't well played Mush. He does take down Zorkos when he looked like he was about to go on a rampage there, and now it is Xcon who are putting pressure on this platform. But now, remember, we have the M-Bar. The M-Bar is such a useful weapon in this scenario. I thought that was Fractured who got that headshot, but it actually was Cougars, and Cougars, he is really showing why he is probably one of the best slayers in the European scene right now.
He really is. I mean, nice double kill there. He opened up the score, and well, it's very, very difficult to combat that when Cougars and Fractures just killing everything.
And I said it, didn't I? I said it, you know, what they bring to this team is that kind of raw slaying skill. You know, we saw it in Lucent of old, and they are just so good at taking the kills when needs be, such talented individuals. And right now, this is turning into a little bit of an intense contest here. Well, but Lucent, I feel like now that, you know, all the trash talk is done, they need to concentrate on the game and see this one throughout.
Yeah,
this one through. Sorry.
It's the old guard of Lucent as well, right? Cougars and Fractures. These guys have been here for a while, and well, they've always been a fantastic duo, and they're carrying through another event as we see. They're always really good to watch on LAN, and well, now another feisty game with them in. This time, different teammates around them, but still performing as we expect them.
Well, with the likes of Reaction and Zorkos and Physics, two veterans of Gears of War, surely it can only help them improve. Maybe that's a conversation for a different day. Let's get into the action though. Again, this platform fight for this M-Bar has been won by Lucent every single time so far. Maybe Xcon needs to focus on that a little bit more. They are going to be aggressive. Great shot there from Crump. That is very, very good play. He has got a 2v1, but he has left his mate in that 1v1 situation. I don't know what he's done there. Cougars takes him out, and I feel like Cougars now is going to pick up. They're going to pick up that M-Bar, and now Xcon in a bit of a dodgy situation. It might be up to Crump to ensure they don't get the trip cap at this point.
It's going to be a difficult task for sure. Reaction is on the way back over. No, Physics, sorry, is on the way back over. And Chid did a real good thing there. He managed to drag Reaction back out of that fight. They got flanked, and it was just a case of just no communication there as they left each other in the 2v1s.
But you know what? That can't happen. I mean, obviously, you know, you can't blame it on a lack of chemistry. You know, that's just simple, fundamental Gears of War. You've got a 2v1.
Just talking,
you play together. Yeah, you know, the school talk. Not concentrate. You know,
especially when there's an M-Bar on the board.
Exactly.
That's your prize.
Exactly, and it feels like Crump just lost his mind there a little bit and didn't know that actually they were playing for the M-Bar. The M-Bar, you know, you don't want to put it in the hands of Cougars. You put it in the hands of Cougars, and it's night-night. You know, he'll take some heads.
I'm not even sure if it was Crump's mistake. Like, he got the initial kill and he was red. His teammate should have, you know, he should have known that. He should have backed off and just let Crump regain himself a little bit. They had time. They had a 2v1. They could have pushed around on their own after they've healed back up and got that M-Bar for themselves without even a fight, to be honest.
Well, it's now the second rings, and let's see what happens. Is it going to be a Lucent same, or is it going to be Xcon? Are they going to come out and try and bring the heat here? They do get a kill. Chibwick is running for that kill. Good pistol there from Physics to stop that. He does take down one. He has got a 2v1 in this scenario. In fact, take that a 3v1. Fable Reaction gets the kill and the double on Brad, and again, Lucent in a prime position to take advantage here.
Yeah, 3 dead on the side of Xcon now as well. Lucent are just starting to look a little bit stronger, aren't they? They're just starting to look a little bit like they did in that first game. I think this may be a slippery slope now for Xcon as Lucent are picking up a few rounds in a row, 3 rounds in a row now.
It is just looking like Lucent have, you know, they maybe took their pedal off the gas. Now they're turning back the heat. They're turning up the heat again, and 5-2 Xcon. They're looking very sorry for themselves right now. I feel like they need to focus up, they need to regroup, they need to try and take a different strategy, because at the moment it's not looking like what they're doing is working. But boom! Nonetheless, there we go. They put down a boom last time and they lost that one, so let's see if they can do any better here. This is a different map, this is a different fight. Alex, what are your thoughts?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I think Lucent are going to go in and just go heavy-handed on this, but I mean, let's jump on board and find out what's going to go on. We're going to stick with Chid as we open up this round. But we do see actually a member of Lucent flanking through control, so we've got to be careful there. Chid just misses out ever so slightly, and that could have been the difference there. But 3 now members down for Xcon, 4 members down. It's up to Warrior, but he's going to get 1 kill. That is a bit of a bit of a relief, but he's going to be in a bad situation as it is anyway. He's going to try and push this.
He's going to have to go huge in that scenario.
You know, it's very, very difficult to push these players in a 2v1 like that. Especially when there's a boom shot in the hand of physics, it's ever so more difficult.
Well, it's like when we cast over a space station gaming. It looks very similar in that respect. But you know, what can you say? You know, it's just all the slaying is going in their favour. As I say that though, does take down one. Oh, Fracture's there. He does get the little roadie run, but he has got his mates to back him up. Now this Mush is in a very bad scenario. He needs to do something. He does get taken down, and Fracture's reaction takes down Chidwick. And I feel like this is just an assault here. They're just trying to, you know, stop the wound from bleeding, and they cannot do it. 6-2, and this is match point for Lucent.
It is indeed, and 4 rounds in a row. I would not be surprised to see 5 after this. The kills are starting to rack up on the Lucent Esports side, and it's looking shades of last map now. I don't think the kill count.
Shades of grey.
Yeah, I don't think the kill count for Xcon has really gone up all that much in the last 4 rounds.
Well, you know,
it's just been an out-slaying showcase really from Lucent.
It has, and it's a great display for viewers at home. But then obviously when you look at it from a competitive standpoint, you know, Xcon, they need to do something different. It seems like they're doing the same things. It's like, you know, the definition of insanity is just doing the same thing over and over again. And it feels like I'm looking at the definition of insanity right now. Cougars, he's being very aggressive in this mid-run. Physics does take down Mush. Chidwick does great to get a kill here to stop them from being on assault. And again, it's back and forth from that boom area. So no one has picked up the boom just yet. The Cougars does take down Brad, and now they do have the advantage for a very short moment of time. I say that Chidwick from somewhere has picked up that boom. Apologies, my fault. Cannot let that happen. Cougars just taking down Chidwick whilst he's got the boom in his hands. Oh. Well played from Crump though to trade that out when he did. But the team fire is looking very strong from Lucent. Xcon need to do something now. He's in the hands of Fractures, and I think that's a bit of a misplay of a boom there. What can they do, Xcon? They need to do something. They need to be aggressive in this scenario. They need to push them back, and they're doing just that. Lucent opt for the passive approach, and as I say that, Fractures gets a great pistol kill on Crump. Now we see Chidwick, he's going to have a 1v1. This is probably a very important 1v1 as Lucent have got mates to back him up, and Fractures does headshot him. I feel this is going back and forth. Xcon are probably very nervous. They know this is match point, but they are doing a good job of just trading out the kills when it matters. Fractures takes down Mush, but he goes down. Alex, it's a bit of a display we've got on our hands here for this last round, potentially. It's
100% back and forth, and well, we're not seeing Xcon give up without a fight, are we? They're definitely just giving it to Lucent with all they've got now. Is, you know, they're on the back foot. We can't deny that, but from that display, it just looks like they just need to continue slaying out. They finally managed to find their footing in the slaying game, and well, here we are still. We're 50 points up for Lucent, which is a surprise, to be honest. But
how about say that?
Xcon was still in it.
As you say that, Alex, Jack actually takes that good kill there, and I think they're just going to try and assault forward here. Cougars takes down Rump again, and now we're seeing Mush, he's in a bad position. He does get taken down by Zorkos, and now we're seeing Brad, he's the last man alive, and he can't do anything there. They've got a boom in their hands, and I feel that's going to be all she wrote, folks. And as I said, no, the decal has been decapped.
Too early.
Play on! And now again, as I said, no, Lucent, they do take that down. It's going to be match Lucent. Well played. 2-0. 5 rounds in a row, and Jack reaction, he comes out on top, but well played.
Well played indeed. I mean, this Lucent Esports squad are obviously a very, very strong squad, and I would say they're a contender for the event right now.
I have to agree with you, Alex. I feel like after that display, and you know the display they had against Fox as well. Fox looked like a very strong team. You know, when we saw them on the main stage, they did look very good. But they absolutely ripped them apart. You know, they took them apart. It was 2 rounds that Fox got on them, and now we see Xcon only got 1 round. So again, Lucent, they're looking like a very, very good team right now, and I'd say you wouldn't be too far wrong by saying they could be a contender for this event.
I think so, and one of the other reasons I say that is because on the side station, on Station 3, we've got Space Station Gaming and Regal Reserve going head-to-head. That game, I'm not sure of the score, but that game started before this one.
And it's still going.
And it's still ongoing right now. And,
Interesting.
We're seeing some pretty stern faces over there on the side station. So yeah, interesting to see what the result of that one will be. Going back though to Lucent and Xcon as well. I mean, Xcon can't take that too heavily. We saw Lucent just roll through Fox earlier on in the day, and to be honest, Xcon gave a much better showing than Fox did.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.